Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to change the spark plug on a 2016 Genuine Roughhouse 50cc two-stroke. So I bought a 10-pack of these. I can't remember where, maybe Advanced or AutoZone. And I think I got that out of the manual. That's what it's telling me here. And boom, there's your spark plug. BP7HS NGK. I've always used NGKs for everything. I don't know, it always works out for me. So here is the new plug. See what she looks like. Oh, this one actually has the cap on it. So sometimes they may come with the cap. Different kind of spark plug caps need these, and some just use the little threaded knob. So yeah, let's get this off. I have the wrench ready to go here. I just used the one that came out of the kit. Sorry. And it's located right under here. There's the spark plug right there. So pop off that cap, give it a little tug. Shouldn't take too much force, but decent amount. Sometimes they're kind of tight. Alright, held it like this, and that's how it popped off. So yeah, it's got the threaded rod type spark plug in. So I'm gonna take our handy wrench here, make sure it's on there good. Once it's loose enough, just take your hand and thread it out. Feel it spin. And I've put about 1,500 miles on this plug. Let's see how it comes out. Alright. There she is. Oh yeah, she's pretty dirty. Definitely due for a change. This is the kind of thing that I like to change more often than not. 4 strokes, I don't really mind. I clean them up or let them go longer than they should, I think. But 2 strokes, and since this is 1 cylinder, I definitely... It's turning by itself. I definitely want this to be in tip-top shape, you know, for any rides. You don't want to be stranded on the side of the road. So definitely a good thing to change, I'd say, every 500 to 1,000 miles to check on it. And I'm going to do the air filter after, clean it and whatnot. So let's pop the new one in. Alright, so new versus old. Honestly, this old one is in pretty bad shape. There's a lot of carbon buildup on it, and I'm not sure, but it looks like there's a crack in the ceramic. That's scary. Good thing I'm changing this because I don't want any issues. So, you know, you should always gap your spark plugs, but these look pretty fine. You know what? I'm gonna gap it. Alrighty, so to gap the spark plug, I have the manual here, and it says 0.6 to 0.7 millimeters. I went on Google and I looked up the conversion since the gapper I have is in inches, and 0.6 is about 0.023, 0.7 millimeter is about 0.027 inches, so we're going to go with 0.025. So simply take this. This is going to be hard to do with one hand, but let me show you one sec. Alright, so I slid this on onto the spark plug gapper. 0.025 is generally in between 0.6 and 0.7 millimeter. I went up just a touch, a little higher than it is at 0.025, and fits nicely. So now it's gapped and ready to install. And by the way, it was definitely a little tight, so I'm happy I gapped it. It went out just a touch. Again, you screw that on in case you have a different spark plug type for some other vehicle. This is probably universal for a lot of different engines. For this, you unscrew that cap if it has it, and you put it on like this. Alright, so just put that in there, start threading it, and then keep going by hand until it stops. And then it has a crush ring in there, so what that means is it'll get tight and you just keep, I'm not sure how many turns, I just know how to do by hand. I think you get it nice and snug and you turn it until you feel the crush ring kind of crush, and then I'd say maybe just under a quarter turn of tightness after that. Let me get this in here. So I can feel it's crushing the crush ring. Crush ring. It's not too tight. I'm not pushing too hard. Alright, so that feels like it's at the end of the crush ring, meaning it's getting tighter. So let's see how this feels. Get this thing on there. Alright, so it's definitely tight. So I'm just going to give it just a little torque. That's good. And put the plug back on. Alright, it's torqued. Now, might need 2 hands for this. That's going to like zip on there. So you're going to want to give it a good press, and then it's also going to seal that washer kind of, just to keep any debris out of here. You'll hear it clicking. Gone. Alright, that's good. So, might want to take 2 hands when you do this, and you'll hear it stop clicking. Try to get your hand really in there, right behind there. So yeah, that's how you change the spark plug for general maintenance on the Roughhouse. So this is just a quick video, quick tip of how to clean your air filter on the Roughhouse 50. And we'll pop all these screws off. So you got this. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 Phillips head screws. So pop those off, and then we will see the air filter. Alright, so once you pop off the cover, you'll get this off like that. This will come off that way, and then this will be right behind it, coming off. So here is your pre-filter and your regular air filter. I just checked it real quick. They're very clean. I'm just going to rinse this. And I had a little dirt in here and stuff like that, which is before going through here. So I just dumped that in the trash can. I'm going to rinse that, let it dry overnight, and then just put it back together. I mean, it wasn't really necessary for me to check it, but it might be dirtier than I think when I rinse it. Alright, so as you can see, I took out the air box. Let me show you how I did that. Actually, you can see right here. 2 bolts that hold it on, and then there's a hose clamp right here that holds it on. I did that because I wanted to drain the bowl of the carburetor in case there's any gunk in there, because I've had that issue before, and this thing is a pain to remove out of this whole thing and rebuild. So I'd rather drain, you know, a bowl or 2 of gas than you have to take the bucket out, then come in from the top, disconnect everything in there, or flip it and rebuild the carb that way, but it's not enjoyable. So I just gave it a quick drain, and where is it here? Where's the screws? So I got these 2 screws right here. That's what comes out of them. I'm not sure exactly what size they are. I can show you what socket I used though. It's definitely metric, but I used standard on this because 5/16. Just zip it up with that. And so this is the inside piece that was taken off in order to take this wrench and hit this flathead screw right here. And let me see if I can get in there. Right there. You gotta get in there at an angle, and I use this 90-degree wrench to get in there and loosen it, and it starts draining out, tighten it, and it's tightened. Kind of a process, but I don't want to rip the whole thing apart for the carb, so let me show you the gas. It's not too bad. I mean, did I have to do it? Maybe not, but it's in a crappy water bottle. I already have this water bottle laying around. It's kind of yellow. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to give it a drain, so yep. Let me just toss this back together and then we'll be done.